Hey TikTok, it's Faye at Macon Manor live. Like, where the hell else would I ever be, right? And as you may see, boy, that's just scary looking, isn't it? I am under my house. It's one of my least favorite places to be. Um, they say that some of the best battles that you'll ever have won were the ones that you worked hardest for, and that ain't no lie. I'm going to flip you around here for a second and show you the situation here. Well, I'll tell you the situation is what I did. I went and got a number of treated log sections. And these are going to make fantastic piers. They'll be strong enough to support the weight of this house. This house weighs per square foot probably about 4 times as much as a contemporary modern built home. My home was constructed in 1891 and they didn't play. It is heavy, 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 heavy. There's so much timber in this home that the insurance value on reconstructing the structure is without your furnishings, finishes, what have you like that. They quoted me $1.6 million, if that gives you an idea of just how much timber and what have you is in this place. So what's happened, as you can see, and I am actually going to flip you around if I can figure out how to do that, because this is some scary stuff. Forgive me, guys, I don't get on here nearly enough. Flip camera, there we go. All right, so here's the situation. You see the daylight. I have lifted, I'm in the back corner of the house. Right there is my butler's pantry, and then right about here is my side porch off the kitchen. And as you can see, there used to be, if you look at that, an extra course of brick which is fallen out and now been gone, which is about right. This side of the house has shifted and sunk about a good 4 inches. I've lifted about an inch, as you can see right there. Again, wood is flexible, it's bowing, so I don't have the biggest pressure on the jack that's closest. I'm having to go pretty slow. As a matter of fact, it just stopped a few minutes ago. The creeks down here were pretty ooky and that. But so what I'm doing is I'm little by little, I am getting the support in the house up to the level where it's needed. And let me crawl over here. Dun, dun, dun. And you can see that guy right there. He's not permanently set. I have got a bunch of those guys. So once I get these timbers and get all my main support on the level, I'm going to lift it about a 1/2 inch higher. So I've got a little bit of room to squiggle and play. I've got, and then I've got some concrete, coarse gravel that locks into place like a puzzle, stuff that you might use really big like in a septic drainage ditch, because it's real stable on this clay we've got in Mississippi. And then I'm going to be putting those posts up to where the house will stay level for probably at least the next 100 to 150 years or better. So like I said, I'm having some challenges here. Is that I'm just not able to move real fast. I've got a lot of original piers still in place. Some of them are in excellent condition, And like this one, for example, this one's in pretty good shape. I'm going to be able, when I get the final lift on, I'm going to probably be able to just shim on top of it, and it'll be just good. I'm lucky about half of them are in this kind of shape. And I'm going to have so many of these other piers, oh, there we go, that it's just not going to matter. It's going to be incredibly strong by the time I'm done with it. But like I said, the issues that I've got is, let me flip you around again. The issue that I've got is that it took a long time for this to get to the point that it is right now. Hey, big boss. And I'm all about not causing a bunch of damages. So a lot of those creaks and cracks, I'm not in any danger. It's not likely the house is going to like fall in on me. But the danger is in damages, and that's above floor. I've got 3 stories above me. I've already, got a lot of fixing going on, but every bit of plaster, every bit of molding, everything that I can keep from becoming more damaged is all in my favor, because it all translates into a lot of time and a lot of money. So I'm trying to really mitigate my cost, as well as the whole goal here is I'm not so much repairing. I am repairing, but I am doing a full restoration. So keeping all the original details is something that I'm really concerned about. So the big fat bummer is it's going to take longer than I thought. Not because I can't do it, not because I can't work at it, because God knows I am. But I've got to allow, I can't risk busting out any joist. I can't risk having any major structural bullshit go on. And so it took probably over the course of about 50 years for this all to fail. And it's going to take a little bit for it to go back up in place. So I'm going to have to take it. Like I said, today I did pretty good. I did more than I did over the weekend. I got 1 inch, and that's significant. It is significant. The jacks are going to hold, but I've got enough pilings and block. I'm going to go ahead before I go back up and call it a day's stint down here. I'm going to go ahead and block everything just to be sure. And I'm just going to, every day after work, because this is tedious, but it's not hard, is it'll only take me about 1 hour. That's about what it took today. It's only going to take me about 1 hour to come down here and just make some slight, just each jack, just a pump or 2. And just going to bring it up really, really slow and easy. I did that when I was working on setting the house down on a new foundation on the other side of the house. And slow and steady, giving it time to adjust, made all the difference in the world. And I'm convinced that I saved a ton of time and money by not having a lot of interior disaster, because I let things slowly get eased back in place rather than making some huge bump up in elevation and losing a bunch of stuff. God forbid, your structural stuff, your joist and what have you. So that's what I got going on at Macon Manor today, and probably for the next couple months at this rate. But it's exciting news, because when I get this done, that means everything else happens. That's where the real magic is. That means I get to install my commercial kitchen that's been sitting there in boxes laughing at me for the last 2 years. I get to install the beautiful original porches back. Get to do everything. So I guess that's all I got for now. This is going to be a long journey. When I get to a point where I'm doing something more interesting, actually setting the piers, then I'll revisit that and try to think to stop what I'm doing and that, because this is, I don't know how many are really interested in it, but for me it's important to document it. Like I said, this is going to be a battle that was hard won. I've put a tremendous amount of my time and effort and energy into this place, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it. I can't begin to tell y'all how much I love this place. It means a lot to me, and I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget. When I get to that end win. I don't want to forget how hard I worked for it, and I don't want to cheat myself out of the appreciation and satisfaction of that. So I hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday. Peace out from Macon Manor.